father, George Foreman, sat down the whole family and told us that after 10 years away from boxing, he was ready to step back into the ring. He told us that he wouldn't do anything to embarrass us. He would remain to be a faithful husband, and that he was going to be the heavyweight boxing champion again. I don't remember his exact words, but my takeaway from the conversation was that we were all in this together and that our lives were about to change. Now, the seriousness of this conversation really didn't last long at all. I remember Dad going to this little closet near his room and pulling out all these old boxing trunks and these clothes that looked like costumes. And he was trying on these suit jackets, trying to wiggle his 300 pounds into clothes that looked like they fit someone more fit. And so we all got a good laugh out of that. And soon after, Dad was back in the ring, and he was winning. But the sports reporters reported that, George Foreman is back, but he's just fighting old guys off the respirator. And Dad argued, that's a lie. They have to at least be 8 days off the respirator. And let me tell you, he was called, at 38, old, fat, slow, and a joke to the sport. And he just went along with it and laughed until, in the words of boxing commentator Jim Lampley, it happened. 45-year-old George Foreman knocks out a younger Michael Moore in the 10th round and became the heavyweight boxing champion of the world. The world stopped, or at least my world stopped. One man's loss made another man, my father, champ. The funny part about that whole situation is he got into one of those old boxing trunks. He was the same trunk that Muhammad Ali had defeated him in 20 years prior in Zaire. And it's obvious, look, Dad was determined, he worked hard, and was dedicated. But I'm here to tell you, he didn't do that by himself. Do you know that my father can remember being 5 years old and his father, J.D. Foreman, lifting him up in the air saying, George Foreman, heavyweight boxing champion of the world. I don't know if any of you have ever been around a boxing camp before, but the way boxing camp work is the boxer that's in training, he is considered the champ. And everyone caters to the champ. That means if the champ needs a massage, the champ gets a massage. The champ needs water, he gets water. Everyone there is there to support the champ. So recently, I decided I was going to send out a survey of about 20 women that I engage with on social media, and I asked them 4 questions. The first question was, do you feel empowered? The second one was, do you feel as though you are a champion at what you do? The third was, were you encouraged as a child to reach for the stars? And the last question is, currently, do you feel you have the support that you need and able to accomplish your goals? Well, first of all, I must say that I know some pretty impressive women, and I was really surprised that most of the women felt empowered and that they were champions in what they did. A few of them, expressed that they didn't always feel encouraged as kids to reach for the stars. But it got a little sad when I found out that a lot of the women didn't actually feel that they currently had the support that they needed to accomplish their current goals. And that struck me pretty hard because around 3 years ago, I was excited. I was like, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to Atlanta. And I did. I landed a job producing a few shows there, and I was really excited about it. At the time, I had a 3-year-old and an 8th grader at the time. And I just knew it. I knew I could do this job in my sleep. It was easy. Hard work, but hard work never hurt anybody. Well, leading up into me actually starting the job, the youngest got a little sick. And then it became apparent to me that, this might be a little bit more than I can do. So I didn't take the job. 2 years. For 2 years, I thought, well, you know what, I'll get something else. And I applied, I emailed, I DM'd, I called, I did everything, and I just wasn't able to find a job. I found other work, but not in TV. TV was the goal. That's what I do. Well, around this time last year, I saw another listing. I just didn't give up. I saw another listing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I know the person that runs this show. But, you know, she was a friend of mine, and we worked together. So I applied, and then I said, you know what, let me give her a call. Though I was embarrassed, because, you know, it's embarrassing. You don't talk to someone, and then suddenly you're picking up the phone asking them for something. But I picked up the phone, and I'm not sure what I said to her, but I remember what she said back to me. It was something to the effect of, so you're back in LA? You're looking for work? How about January 7th? And just like that, it happened. Now, I wasn't back in LA, but she didn't need to know that. So what I want to express to you, it was one of my friends' yes and another friend's nudge that got me right here today. And I just want to tell you that I'm back. It is apparent that being a champ starts here and right here. But I want to leave you with two other thoughts. Choose your opponents and choose them well, just as my father did. Life can be hard. So just be easy on yourself, just as I did in Atlanta. I knew that I could do the job. But if something were to have happened to any of my children, I wouldn't have been able to live with that. Guilt was an opponent that I wasn't willing to fight. The second thing I just want to leave you with is that just like boxing, life is a fight. But in this life, unlike boxing, we're not here to take anyone down. We are better together. So, look around, find your camp. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here.